М? Снова здрасте. С вами Град. И у нас тут очередной зов Ктулху. Вроде как хорошие отзывы были у этой игрушки. Сейчас только посмотрим, может что-то поотключать, поуменьшать. Ладно, пока так оставим. 200 кадров, хуй они мне не вперлись. Хотя у меня на видюхе, если что, стоит отсечка 45. Так. Все, применяем. Вот. А на ютубе вообще 30 кадров. Так что тут вообще не хрена придумывать. Сейчас просто по фасту прочекаю, чего там. Угу. Ctrl-Shift. Теперь нормально. Свет на среднюю кнопку. Предположим. Следующий, предыдущий источник света. Ладно, предположим. Ладно, погнали. Вроде управление достаточно простое. Стандартное. Хорошо, когда стандартное управление. Терпеть ненавижу, когда начинает извращаться на пустом месте. Причем, казалось бы, со времен древних шутеров, типа того же Дума, все должны были, ну, не знаю, как-то устаканиться на плюс-минус одном управлении. Не, нихуя. До сих пор иногда извращаются. Пытаются что-то доказать. Угу. Точки повсюду. Понятно. И чего? Не берется. Ладно. Понял. Я думал, это источник освещения можно какой-то взять, а он не берется. А это, оказывается, какая-то вещица, для которой для взятия которой нужен источник света. Что-то только не похоже, по-моему, на болторезы, больше похоже на какие-то клещи. Отсюда не открыть. Привет, Алексей. С чего ты взял что-то галлюциногенное? А вось, все, да, взаправду, а? Ладно. Дэвид Джонс? А можно это на всякий случай вырубить, а то, зная пиндосских издателей, даже вот эта вот композиция может быть с авторскими правами.
I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Так. У нас есть 8 опыта. В принципе, если идти по дешевле, можно побрать медицину и поиск. Ну и плюс оккультизм я бы взял. Хотя бы немножко. И, скорее всего, тут лучше по одной, по двум веткам упарываться. Но... да ладно. Сила мне, скорее всего, как раз-таки меньше всего нужна. Если в игре есть стелс, то есть альтернативные пути. Вот это вот все как бы подсказывает. Намекает, точнее. Ладно. В принципе, меня, наверное, устроит такая прокачка.
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
С бумаги.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Зеленый остров. Darkwater.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then. All
Обойный
I have to do is go
промысел.
to the port. I just natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Вообще лучше, наверное, хоть немножко опохмелиться. Но также есть большая вероятность, что это приведет к еще худшему финалу. Насрать.
Married woman
Будь что
runs off with
будет.
her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it. The
Медицина.
Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. I used to be an avid reader.
Ладно. Отправиться на Darkwater. Можно было, конечно, и не браться за это дело. Но тогда этого детектива вполне могли бы выставить на мороз. Потому что он и так уже давно не берется за дела и бухает.
almost there.
Он там сыт, что ли, на палубу? Хоть бы за борт. Его.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Угу. Начинаем осматриваться. Ладно. Этот товарищ себе ловит обед. Ни хрена себе. Кто его так погрызло?
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job. The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
That's no way to treat an omen.
А если бы навык медицины был повыше, возможно, сразу была бы инфа.
can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
You can see he's half drunk. There's nothing to sort out. Your chum wanted
Nothing
to
for you
stir us
here
up.
either. Pretense.
But you can stay to watch if you want. You can pick up.
Ясно. Мелкие разборки.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Жижигалка.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
You saw it just like me. That bum deserved a lesson.
Yeah, but he's a regular, and you're not.
I can see that you and I are off to a bad start. I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Ну, он сказал больше, чем полицейские. Впрочем, полицейские своим молчанием были более красноречивы.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
Говно тут, а не бар. Даже бухла не нальют. Фу, блядь.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, The most significant event of the last 80 years.
Угу. Почти оставили надежду. Команда Сциллы. Тот корабль разбитый рядом с портом. И то, что от него осталось, вернулось в порт. Невероятный улов. Больше касатки. Какое-то китообразное, больше касатки. Ну, не знаю, детеныш кашалота, что ли, какой-нибудь. Та-та-та-та-та. Сдается склад.
And the doctor, what did he say?
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all
You exhausted.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last.
The one of...
Exact.
I bid you farewell.
Good night.
So long.
А, это что за
What you looking at, stranger?
госпожа?
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what could be going through the head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger.
Окей. Так. Ага, понял. Заперто. Бармен куда-то съебався. Так. Тут с краю ничего. Угу. Ладно.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Кэт. Возможно, кстати, это была Кэт. Так, что-то мне подсказывает, что тут будет не так уж много женщин.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Большая часть содержимого вымарана.
A Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
О, сральник. Основа медицины, второй том. О, за счет этого тоже прокачивается. Так. Медицина немножко вроде как за счет найденных книг прокачивается. 24%. Чисто чуть-чуть подвинулось. Ну, окей, то есть чисто в теории, разыскивая все возможные книги, можно тоже неплохо подкачаться. Ну да, очень похож на Фицроя. Но у этого нет одной ноги.
What a macabre souvenir.
Вот, кстати говоря, и отсутствующая нога. Опа. Показалось. Что-то бляснуло.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Indeed, you're right.
Ну, где есть Стелла, наверное, должна быть и Харибда.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least.
Ну, и я бы еще добавил такой момент, что туша свежая. Разделать ее как следует. Ну, пообрезать там, где хрен знает откуда взявшиеся раны на животине.
I'm looking for warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Так, одно очко опыта. Итого у нас 2. Но опыт пока копим. Пока копим. Все равно пока не во что его вложить. Ушу уже частично сдвинули. И плюс сюда можно пройти. Слушай, зайду-ка я в бар. Рискну поговорить еще раз с этой особой. Ладно, похуй. Так. Давай сперва сюда гляну. В эти трущобы.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
I shall take my leave.
Найдите скрытые предметы. Навык поиска позволяет находить скрытые предметы на некотором расстоянии.
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
Слева снизу при этом у нас загорается
This ratchet device seems to be usable.
индикатор. Если рядом есть какие-то особые предметы.
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Так. Внимательно досмотреться тут. Что индикатор все еще мигает. Значит,
It looks
тут
like
может
there's a way
что-то
in under this grate.
казаться еще.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
Установить храповик. Установить рукоятку. Тут, скорее всего, еще не все. Да, походу, должен быть еще какой-то предмет. О! Зубчатое колесо.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch. Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle.
Его достаточно. Туда-то мне не перелезть, да? Мне не очень нравится этот зеленый туман. Почему он зеленый, почему он туман? Понял. Нехерово. В общем, чтобы туда спускаться, надо еще что-то на вроде противогаза. Кстати, индикатор слева снизу уже не мигает. Ладно, есть еще такой вариант, что на вроде противогаза может быть...
Smoke. It's coming from this. I hope it's not.
Надеюсь, что он не ядовит. По-моему, нужно, что он все-таки ядовит. Ёпта! Что это за нахер было сейчас? Весело.
This is primitive.
Да, это все, что я могу сказать со своим уровнем культизма.
Oh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Я, по сути, попал как раз туда, куда надо.
What happened here? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
Мгм.
Whoever hid it here seems to worship Sarah Hawkins. What just happened? Did I imagine? It smells as bad as it looks. These painkillers were prescribed 3 months ago. Someone has been taking them since the time of the Hawkins' death. Can't sleep. I know how that feels.
Мгм.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! You again. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Мгм. Предложить объединить силы. Хз, вряд ли толку будет.
Look
Ладно,
around.
предположим.
Someone has settled in here. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it.
Let me guess. It was in the Hawkins mansion.
Precisely. You can still see the burn marks. There's no doubt about it. I must admit that you seem fairly competent. But I can't allow you to stay here.
I've seen enough. It's the Hawkins mansion that interests me now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail. I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car is parked down the way.
Похоже, все-таки с полицейскими мы поладим.
Open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Я тут как бы еще не досмотрелся. Часть пристани не осмотрел. Ну ладно, возможно, мне еще дадут туда вернуться. Хотя, наверное, вряд ли.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Мгм.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
Мгм.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
He's clearly not doing any gardening.
You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
Мгм.
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around, it would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Мгм.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Не вижу проблем, почему бы не взять его. Ну, почему бы не пойти вместе. Опять же, этот полицейский выглядит очень толковым. Явно бывалый. Насмотревшийся на всякое дерьмище. Маленькое кладбище, да?
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to
Poor
see
kid.
here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing, let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her.
Ну, очевидно, у Сары были поклонники. При этом, по крайней мере, один поклонник недолюбливал Чарльза. Могилу ребенка не тронули. Уже хорошо. Сперва сюда сгоняю. Тут завалено. Деревянный кит. Какие игрушки моряки делают для своих детей. Интересно, нельзя ли эту игрушку положить сюда?
Poor kid.
Потому что тут особо других детей не было, по-моему. Моряки делают для своих детей. Но Чарльз вроде не был моряком. Почему? Ладно, это много что может означать, либо не означать.
I'll have to find another entrance. This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. And let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Sarah Hawkins' father sent me here to investigate the death of his daughter.
Webster, huh? I understand how he feels. But me? I want the dead to rest in peace. And that means kicking the ass of gumshoes like you.
Why would you not want me to help understand what happened here?
I've got nothing to hide. Tell me what you're doing here. And no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked. And I make sure it stays that way.
Угу.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on then, just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Угу. Так, ну, в этой игре прям жизненно важно проводить расследование и искать улики. Так, считай, сравнительно просто удалось
This gate is locked.
уговорить сторожа. Так, я хочу сперва вот здесь еще немножко пройтись, осмотреться, прежде чем внутрь заходить.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. I know a thing or two about solitude myself.
Близкий.
Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes.
Заперто, но оно и к лучшему. Тут вроде ничего нету, ладно, возвращаемся.
Pierce, shall we enter?
Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you. Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this?
какое-то головоногое, но... Зачем-то...
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Мать, сын, но... Ту часть портрета, где отец, пытались вымороть.
The boy was probably here, smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Этот кусок, кстати, да, надкусанный.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Прям что-то за...
Sarah Hawkins painted herself with her son, Simon, ready to go somewhere, but without Charles.
Дохлая крыса. Но ее не было в том воспоминании, так что с этой пищей, вероятно, что-то совсем не так.
Charles and Sarah's wedding is painted by Sarah herself. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer? Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
Так, сперва сам осмотрюсь. Комната небольшая, так чисто. Глянуть.
They had a fight. Why? The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Did it stop at the time of the fire? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
Он ее толкнул.
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
Ну, похоже, что все. Но нет, меня не выпускает. Ты чё?
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Did someone escape the fire?
Сбежал от огня.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
А вот это уже интересный момент. Убийство из ревности. Или супруги подрались. Вообще... Игрушка с китом у меня вызывает подозрение, что, возможно, ребенок не Чарльза. Ну, либо он это мог подозревать. Он конкретно так бухал, они ссорились. Она швырнула в него... Ну, кто-то швырнул в него, в Чарльза, лампу масляную. Он загорелся. Или в ребенка. Нет, по-моему, в Чарльза. Короче... Да, в общем, ребенок тут. Мать там. По-моему, это ревность.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
Окей. Возможно, потом откроется. Медицина. Это надо. Ну, еще как надо. Любые книжки, которые можно потрогать, трогать настоятельно рекомендуется. Все же вот эти лампы.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. This door is blocked from the outside.
Блокировано снаружи. Окей. Так. Ага. Давай сперва сюда. А. Заблокировано. Окей. потому что если наш сопровождающий там, значит, следующая
An original
подсказка
edition
там
of
же.
Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Оригинальное издание Франкенштейна. Коллекционная хрень.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. This place was falling apart long before the fire. This place was falling apart long before the fire. A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Книга по медицине. Заебись.
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla.
Ладно, предположим.
Darkwater history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colony. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century.
Ни хреновая тут библиотека, должен заметить.
One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable. "20,000 Leagues Under the Sea." Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Особенно.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Себя вело немножко неадекватно. Это неспроста. Целая куча пустых холстов. Ключ от студии. Заебись. Так. Студии, говоришь, да? Как сперва в студию? Так. Секундочку. А на какой тут прокачаться-то? 7 очков опыта. Предлагаю... медицина и оккультизм улучшается только с помощью найденных предметов. Тем более хорошо, что я их качал в самом начале. Если они тяжелее всех прокачиваются, то... я поиск качнул еще. Ну ладно, поиск тоже нужная, наверное, вещь. Психологию можно качнуть. Сила. Сила ХЗ. Способность вести следствие. Повышает шанс восстановить последовательность событий. А также шанс взломать замок. Успешные убеждения. Сейчас, наверное, целесообразнее всего качнуть психологию. Потом красноречие. Потом будет красноречие. Ну, а потом будет суп с котом, как говорится.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve?
Да, хороший вопрос. Увы, я не так уж хорошо разбираюсь в оккультизме.
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
С отцом семейства что-то такое произошло. Угу. Бродяга для ФС. Подарок. Выставка, выставка, выставка. Одну из своих картин она, похоже, подарила некой коллекции. Фрэнсис Сандерс.
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life. The door is blocked on the other side. Bradley? Is that you?
Так, считаю, что туда ведут следы. Ладно, пускай остынет немножко. А, уже остыло.
The boys' room. What was going through that boy's mind?
Он, походу, тут видел всякое дерьмо.
The argument that led to their tragic end seems to have been simmering for some time.
Переживал из-за матери и ее приступов. Значит, вариант с ревностью я все-таки неправильно высказал.
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
Горная.
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him. What will her room reveal about her?
В оккультизме.
Perfect. Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Культура это. То есть у Сары Хокинс, вероятно, был психоз. Или что-то типа того. Так, ну ладно, тут вроде больше ничего. Очков опыта пока нету.
Is anyone there?
You! Stop!
Ладно. Не буду пытаться бежать. Во всяком случае, сперва надо осмотреться, хотя бы попытаться.
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
Маска. Так. Продолжаем тем временем внимательно осматривать все
This
щуглы.
door was closed earlier.
Все. Понял, вспомнил.
Where did he go?
Must have got out some way.
No, he was here. I'm sure. Let's search this room. They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips. It looks like an old seaway map.
Угу. Ясно, в лампе заканчивается масло, может. Это я заметил.
This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
Глобус — часть механизма. Понял, это стопудово связано с картой. Так. Кто пожирает китов? Остров дракона. Вот это как раз тот самый поход. Мы все утро шли на север. Что вот это вот как раз.
There must be a link with the seaway map.
Секундочку,
Clearly,
досмотрим.
Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. It looks like a freehand map of dark water. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why.
Вот эта вот зона, судя по всему.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Так, мне нужно сориентироваться. Нихуя не понимаю. это место? Где-то вот здесь было обозначено. Может и нет. Так, ну тут подсвечено какое-то вполне определенное место, но... Стоп. Есть какой-то предмет. Мигает значок.
This Dr. Fuller, was he Sarah Hawkins' therapist?
Еще
There must be a
что-то.
link with the Seaway map. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism.
Можно попытаться силой привести в движение.
Great. I managed to force the gears. Looks like I've triggered something.
Well done, Pierce.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
Но тут еще что-то должно быть. У меня еще что-то подсвечивается. Какая-то особая подсказка еще должна быть. Ага.
Why are these letters here and not with Sarah Hawkins' belongings?
Эти письма вскрыты, но, очевидно, не покидали кабинета Чарльза. Он перехватывал почту своей жены, так что... Ладно, вполне может быть и ревность. Уже все нашли.
The secret passage, under the manor. It's like a detective novel. That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah. And he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him.
What is this place?
3 seats.
Look. Someone's been here recently.
Did Charles Hawkins use this place? Who were the others? Whatever Charles Hawkins hid here, he didn't want it in his house. What is this mask supposed to represent?
Так, чего я здесь еще не увидел? На маску мне не хватает навыка оккультизма. А тут что-то еще. Ктулха какая-то держит ребенка. Так, чего? Из режима расследования мне сейчас выйти не дают.
This piece of cloth is unmistakably from a dress. Was Sarah Hawkins here?
Мгм.
This symbol. What does it mean?
Верно. Символ. Статуя это ему, похоже, не кажется необычной.
Disfigured saint. What does it mean?
Кажется.
A disfigured saint. What does it mean?
Мгм. Погляну еще в самом низу. Там есть проход. Тут
Of
заперто.
course.
And something tells me that the key is climbing these steps. There's tunnels all over this island. Given the size of this cave, there's gotta be other entrances.
The passage continues further down. Might as well start with that.
I ain't gonna squeeze in there. I'll find another way. If possible, I prefer not to ruin my uniform.
Fine, fine. Go look for another entrance. I'll try my luck down below.
Есть очко. Красноречие подкачали чуть-чуть. Оккультизм скоро качнется. Медицина еще долго. Я пока не знаю, что еще можно качнуть. Расследование, чтобы лучше взламывать замки. Спрятанные предметы. Психология. Мгм. Давай-ка вот это вот возьму. Исследование.
Some kind of dream catcher. If I touch it, it'll turn to dust. An old diary.
Верование пропавшего племени. Они поклонялись сущности, которая обращалась к ним во снах.
Sad way to go. These paintings must be several centuries old.
По-моему, такую примерно конструкцию Сара написала в одной из своих картин. Какое-то хтоническое существо.
This monstrous creature must be an allegory.
А вот не факт, что аллегория.
These people lying down. Are they dead? Are they asleep?
Так. Внизу что-то на вроде прохода есть.
These paintings must be several centuries old.
Плещется внизу. Что-то плещется.
Time has weakened these structures. I don't have time to search them all.
Знакомые бутыли.
This oil again. What is it used for?
По-моему, это масло, на котором как раз-таки работают местные светильники.
What's going on here?
Pierce!
Keep your voice down. We're not alone.
Good God. What have you got me into?
We'll see. I'll go on. Try to go down on your side.
Yeah, there's a passage. I'll meet you at the bottom.
Кажется, я знаю, к чему это приведет. К какой сцене. Возможно, если бы мы его не взяли с собой, был бы другой результат, но не факт.
A mass grave. An engraved whalebone. A strange creature has been carved into it. Probably a figure of worship. Locked. I gotta... Oh, I can't breathe. What's happening?
Так, из таких мест нужно бежать.
No, damn it! I must find a way out of here.
Так. Успокоились.
Is it my turn? Yes. It is time. You will soon be one of us. If your body and mind are ready.
I dream of it every night. I have constant visions. I am ready.
Good enough. Prove it to us.
It's like in my dream. A pre-Columbian tribal dagger. Probably destined for scarification rituals.
Так, оккультизм у нас качнулся.
Pre-classical Latin? Let's see what it says. What is this awakening they talk about? And this sacred flesh?
Пробуждение, священная плоть. Так, ну во сне тут где-то были болторезы. Я отсюда выполз. Что за ящики? Нога зачесалась. О, ладно.
You who sleeps, accept this dream under your immortal will.
Так, тут нужно пойти вверх. Либо вниз.
his body and yours may be one.
Скорее всего, не пройти.
And accept his, so that his mind and yours may be one.
Locked.
Grant him your dreams and accept his, so that the paths of your souls finally intertwine.
Съемка.
Let his soul guide you to it, just as your dreams guided it to you. Let your dreamers open the way, so that the day finally comes.
I feel him.
Shh. You are gifted indeed. Not another word. Let him pass through every part of you. All you who sleep, we pray for your return into the kingdom of the earth. Bring me more sacred flesh.
It looks like a kind of deep coma. What could this ritual have done to them?
We are ready for the ceremony. What about your protege?
His awakening is complete. He will join you shortly.
Kristelbas natulu, lenalaf, klil nochschlag rele, gorkanira. Sigof eni apetach nikif, Kristelbas natulu, lenalaf, klil nochschlag rele, gorkanira. Sigof eni apetach nikif, Kristelbas natulu.
Bradley, what are you doing here? I saw two odd-looking guys coming down. Seemed up to no good. What in the world is this?
An intruder!
Oh, shit.
Его сейчас убьют. Вон тот, с тентаклями.
Police! Don't move! I won't hesitate.
Bradley, get back!
Shoot.
Get back!
You asked for it.
Charles, you shouldn't have seen this.
Caving in. I need to get out of here.
Ни хрена себе, он так по стене, получается, долбанул. Что ж, пещера осыпается. До сих пор.
My leg. Light. At last.
Кажись, мы вдруг попали.
He's having a seizure.
He will survive. Strong subject.
There, he's opening his eyes.
You saved him, Fuller.
I can't get up.
Don't move, Pierce. You can certainly say that you gave us a scare.
What did you do to me? Undo these straps!
Whoa, go easy, my friend.
You were dead. He killed you.
Are you sure he's better?
He was dead. Me too, we were dead. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, my friend.
What? No! What happened to me? Where am I? This foul gas again.
You have to come with us. No, please. I can't leave here.
You got no choice, Sanders, and neither do we.
No, you don't understand. If I go out, he'll see me. No! No!
You're leaving this cell.
Please. I don't want him to find me.
Так. Надо внимательно осмотреться. Тут должно же быть, наверное, хотя бы что-нибудь помимо кровати и мягких стен. Ладно. Не похоже, что тут есть что-то кроме кровати и мягких стен. Это сон? Или я как раз-таки проснулся? Ну, хромаю. Помним, что нашему детективу ногу немного защемило.
pursued me right into their dreams. They scrawled all over their maps in the wake of my lonely wanderings.
Это, по-моему, та же физиономия, которую чуть не начистили в баре. Как-нибудь шатает, а?
No sea is dark enough to hide the color of my blood. No wind strong enough to scatter my dreams. When the last of them rises up, you will choose. I will not be here to bear witness to it, because you will have released me. But the earth will resound to your cries, or theirs. Awaken and free me.
You there. Wake up. Come on, stand up. We don't have much time. Can you stand up?
Who are you?
A friend of Ethan Bradley. It was he who told me that you had been interned here.
Wait. Bradley is really alive? I don't understand. You filled me so full of drugs I can't distinguish dream from reality.
Please believe that I have nothing to do with these disgraceful treatments. Look, I don't have time to explain everything. I'm not really supposed to be here. And the same goes for you, according to Ethan. You must leave as soon as possible, and as unobtrusively as possible. I've brought you your clothes. Let me go ahead. We'll meet upstairs.
Wait a minute. What's going on here? What do they do to the patients to make them so terrified?
I would really like to know. I only see them when they are brought up for medical treatment, for problems they didn't have before going downstairs. But this is neither the time nor the place to talk about that. We must not stay here. There are 2 men standing guard near the stairs. It's the only way to the floor above. I shall try to distract them, and get at least one to come with me. All you need to do is to follow me as soon as the way is free.
Understood.
У меня еще не самая плохая камера. Палата, извиняюсь. Личный номер, точно.
What does this mean? Am I in an asylum? Sarah. What did they inject him with? Why the strange symbol repeated over and over? What did he write about the painting? Sarah Hawkins is on this list of authorized visitors.
Как он связан с Сарой?
If I don't get out of here, I'll end up like him.
Не открывается. Ну, оно и к лучшему.
Poor wretch.
Пытается выломать.
Dr. Paladin, I would like to say that I'm surprised to see you, but we all know that your curiosity will be your ruin.
I don't understand. These people need care. You keep them in this terrible place as if...
Go back upstairs where your patients are waiting for you to treat them. As for you, gentlemen, do not disappoint me anymore. No one enters or leaves.
Yes, Doctor.
Damn it. I'll have to find a way of getting rid of those two myself.
I told you not to let her come down. I know. Do it again.
Высокое напряжение. Понял. Тут чисто спрятаться можно.
The machine is working again, but the control wheels haven't been put back on.
I was just going to the storage room. I can bring them to you.
No, Dr. Fuller doesn't want us touching the pressure valves.
As you want. I'm gonna see if there's sleeping pills left. They've run out again upstairs.
Put a few aside for me, will you? And above all, leave the wheels where they are.
Так, в кладовке есть регуляторы давления, с которыми можно нахимичить. Угу. Так, это вообще не
Good
добро.
God. What could this machine be used for? What is going on here?
История болезни Фрэнсиса Сандерса. Угу.
It's an ammeter. I didn't expect to see one on this little rock. Have I activated anything?
Активировал. Я бы даже сказал, что зря. Так. Можно спрятаться.
The corpse is complete. Whose are these limbs?
Хороший вопрос.
Is there a connection between this corpse and the machine?
Доктор Франкенштейн, что ли, работает? Скорее, фанатов его творчества. Так. Ага, понял. Чтобы оно заработало, нужно 4 этих самых дернуть. 4 рубильника.
Worse and worse.
Что это? Так. Отвлечь внимание охраны и сбежать. Как мне и сказали, что лестница единственный выход. Скорее всего, так и есть. Есть вероятность, что есть другой выход.
Sarah Hawkins. She was a patient here.
И мне первая попытка поджога. Блин, хоть бы обозначали как-то по-особенному места, где можно прятаться. Ирен Сандерс поместил... жена Фрэнсиса Сандерса поместила своего мужа в клинику, когда он начал проявлять явные признаки безумия.
Anthropology, nothing surprising. Zoology, esotericism, mineralogy, and a full shelf on cephalopods.
Burns me. I will not eat it anymore. Never again.
It's done. Now for the others.
They must know that it is not good.
Так, как будто мы тут будем кого-то мансить.
Hey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there anybody here?
Нет тут никого.
4, 5. Just got a few days to go. Yeah, that's it. You there?
Говорят, нет никого. Он оттуда, видимо, пришел. Так, кого-то вижу. Понял. Как по мне, не очень хорошая идея прятаться в распределительном щитке. Но что же делать, если других вариантов нет?
Days to go. Yeah, that's it. 4 days at most. No more. Perhaps less. I think I got the right day.
If I walk, I do not stop. If I do not stop, he does not catch me. If he does not catch me, I do not stop. You. Yeah, you. Come here.
What do you want?
Sleep. That's all.
Sleep. You don't want to leave?
No. Have you seen the storm that's brewing? I'm fine here. Except for one problem.
You want sleeping pills, right?
Yeah. And in exchange, I can make noise. Lots of noise.
You'll draw the guards to your cell to allow me to escape.
So, you in? Find something to make me sleep, and I'll take care of the guards for you.
Is it the noise that disturbs you?
No, it's the nightmares. We all have them here. That's what wakes us up. And afterwards, there's no way to get back to sleep.
I'll find you some pills.
Go look in the storage room. There must be sleeping pills there.
Ой. Кай. Так. Охранник здесь. Красный кабель туда уходит. О. Понял, сориентировался.
exactly what I need.
Так.
What is welling up inside?
Ключ, скорее всего, нужен, чтобы как раз-таки попасть на склад. Так. Сюда зайти можно? Тут вроде что-то есть. Медицинские конспекты, том 1. Медицина медленно качается, однако. О, я могу расследование приподнять. Это в основном влияет на взлом.
He'll find me. He can see me. Let's calm down, please. No. Pain is just information, dear Francis. Invaluable information for my research. Kill me! Kill me! What? If you don't kill me, he will. My poor friend, I fear your mind is lost forever.
It's locked.
Реально пыточная. Так, ключ как раз сюда нужен, по идее. Колеса для управления газовыми кранами после каждого применения должны быть возвращены в кладовую. Но у нас...
The green gas leaves from here and it runs through the whole building.
Но у нас есть одно колесо.
Perfect.
Ну, не со склада.
Theoretically, I've only got one lever to push.
Интересно, куда я таким образом приду? Отлично, клещи. Так.
Now for the next step.
Есть давление.
This lever must turn on the gas machine. The piping hasn't burst. Not yet, anyway.
Трубопровод еще не прорвало, то есть...
This valve controls the pressure.
Окей. Так, памятка. Починил вашу машину, насколько смог. Но трубопровод поврежден. Происходит утечка. Если подать слишком большое давление, возможен взрыв. Угу. Сюда нужен еще один вентиль. Секунду. Черт. Так. В эту дверь мне, получается, не надо. Тут стоит охрана прямо перед дверью. О, storage room.
Perfect.
Каков план? Во-первых, очевидно, тут есть какие-то предметы, которые можно найти. Если знать, куда идти. Спрятался. Чё-то он вдруг взял да зашел на склад. Обалдел, что ли? Повезло мне, что он не выспавшийся сам был. Предположим. Так, нужно снотворное найти.
With these chains on your wrist, you can't escape.
Колесо. Отлично. Что у тебя? Ладно, он, по крайней мере, не подходит к этой двери. Так, у нас тут еще один.
Where do they keep their sleeping pills?
Кстати, это вот отдельный вопрос.
Scopolamine F. There's no such thing. They've created derivatives of all common medicines. My new friend's sleeping pills.
Теперь медицины. Так, вот этого чела нам так-то нужно отвлечь. Угу. Я вот только не знаю. обязательно ли и то, и другое делать? То есть и рубильники врубать, и электричество подрубать. Ну, в смысле, газ и электричество. Газ я уже могу подать. По идее, при этом пахнет. А, знаешь, наверное, в чем дело? Тут же 2 охранника. 2 охранника. На входе. Я бы вот это помещение в идеале еще как-то прочекать. Это кухня, да? Тихо. Тут чуть что прятаться, в общем-то, негде. Жалко, нельзя никого оглушить. Так, от комнаты охраны, от подсобного помещения. Если что, по крайней мере, я могу сюда сбежать. На кухне вряд ли что-то нужное интересное будет. Так, на всякий случай прикрою. Так. Даю ему снотворные. Отбегаю, наверное, вон там, по соседнему ряду. Да.
I've got what you want.
Show me.
There. And remember, they don't come for free.
Don't you worry, you'll have your diversion. Go on now, go hide yourself. The crows, they're everywhere. Make them go away.
Кстати, зря я, наверное, именно здесь решил спрятаться. Не, нормально.
What carnage?
Пиздец, блядь. Чем они, блядь, тут занимаются?
All the levers are activated.
История медицины. Так. Как неохотно, однако, медицина реально качается. Я сколько уже этих справочников тут перетрогал. Так, еще. Ага, сюда прохода нет. Так. Наверное, я сперва сделаю диверсию с лепездричеством.
This machine seems to consume a great deal of electricity. That should draw the attention of the guards. I should hide.
Рынок. В общем, тут есть два варианта, как можно отвлечь охрану, обоих охранников. Я думал, они по одному будут уходить.
Doctor, is that you?
Don't you worry about the doctor. Right now, he'll have plenty to keep him busy with his precious machine. It gives us time to get away. I'll undo you.
Get away? Get away where? I can't go anywhere. It'll find me, like it found me here. You're mistaken about the beast. Don't stay with me, or you'll end up the same way.
You're Sanders, aren't you? I heard you from my cell. What did they do to you? What does Fuller want with you?
The doctor? You think it's the doctor who scares me? The doctor wants to heal me. But he's the one who's crazy. He wants to restore my sight. He wants to give me back my eyes. And yet I told him that I didn't want him. I do not want to see it anymore. The real culprit is Sarah. Her and her accursed paintings.
You're kidding me. You're talking about Sarah Hawkins.
The one and only. The legendary. There is no artist more enlightened or cursed than Sarah Hawkins.
In her office, I saw signs of a ritual, perhaps an invocation. These things, that's what makes you say she's cursed.
You're wrong. It was not an invocation, but a revocation. But she failed. And that's what counts.
What's going on this island?
I'm so sorry. We should never have met.
What are you talking about?
Destiny! It has trapped you. No, don't let it see you, or you won't be able to escape it. Don't look at it. That's how it finds you.
What finds me?
Sarah Hawkins' visitor. The Shambler.
Sanders, pull yourself together.
Without her, it's no longer possible to save me.
No! Sanders! What the hell? I gotta... Okay. This is insane. What killed him?
Если чё его убило? Так. Надышался, блин.
Damn! The gas! Oh, my head.
Later. We need to move on.
Чё? Опять в особняк?
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
Мгм. М, Это предыстория.
I'm just trying to reason with you.
No. I want to know what Bradley and Dr. Colden have to say about all this.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Нет,
Did I sleep long?
не предыстория.
The day is only starting. It's fine.
Так, лучше не начинать утро с бухла. По крайней мере, если только на ночь не набухивался.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
М,
I saw people in hoods. They had stolen Mrs. Hawkins' paintings.
Who are you talking about? Why would they do such a thing?
I don't know, but they were a threat. They've taken over the caves under the mansion. They were performing some kind of ritual. One of the entryways was under Charles Hawkins' office.
We suspect Mr. Hawkins of being involved.
My patients believe the old islanders used to worship primitive sea gods. Could they be the focus of the cult?
Am I hearing this right?
So you think me gullible?
No, not at all.
What else did you uncover, Mr. Pierce?
м.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
М,
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Он не помнит, и его это на самом деле напрягает.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
Two families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, And as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes. I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan. And I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Вдову это может прикончить. Но в то же время ее может успокоить понимание того, что ее муж, может быть, не совсем безумный был. Просто безумие рядом происходило вокруг. А еще она может нас тоже сдать этому врачу. Ладно, предположим.
We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Так, поговорить с вдовой Сандерса. На выход. Может, где-то еще что-то можно осмотреть. Вот чисто на выход. Обе двери. Давай-ка на этом на сегодня стопорнем. Сейчас посмотрим, будет ли вступительный ролик какой-нибудь. И после него попрощаемся на сегодня.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other. Our paths crossed, briefly.
Вот. Всем спасибо, кто смотрел. Раз уж досмотрели, то с вас лайк. Остальное, как обычно, по вашему усмотрению, но продолжение, в общем-то, следует.